Hey, welcome to the Fortune Crypto Podcast. Today, we've got Michael Hill and Blake Edwards and myself, Nate Harper. We're going to talk about Bitcoin, Ethereum, the dip that's coming in, and why Bitcoin is dead again for the 1 billionth time. Probably talk about meme coins, degens, degen plays, and all sorts of fun stuff. But as always, this is not financial advice. This is just a bunch of dudes having fun talking about crypto markets and
everything else on our minds.
Go.
Without further ado.
We're going to be talking about.
I think next time what I'll do is I'm going to hold it up like I'm reading. I'll be like,
Right.
And we're going to talk about bonk and monk, and maybe we'll even look at a Bitcoin chart. I hope you have fun today. Like that. Was that good?
It's perfect, Nate. I'm sure the Google AI algorithms will pick that straight up. For fun.
I just got a text from CNN. They want me to start hosting.
They do?
Yeah.
Do we have to cut this short so you can? Yeah.
No, I told them to fuck off. This is where we're going.
You're just dedicated.
They can come on my
podcast comes first.
They can come on my podcast.
Okay.
It's fine.
Tell Wolf Blitzer.
With who?
Wolf Blitzer. The only CNN host I could spring to mind very quickly.
Funny part is I don't know any because I don't think I've watched CNN
now you know
in like 50 years.
Now you know Wolf Blitzer, the Situation Room. Welcome to the Situation Room. I'm Wolf Blitzer.
Look at you go. All right, I got to share my screen here because, you got nothing on the screen. Let's go.
I'm waiting for you.
All right, yeah, it's waiting on me.
You got the pretty charts.
Yeah, so you can see this one's all white. It's funny. I had a conversation with, which is actually more hilarious because he's in the Discord. I always forget what his Discord name is. But anyway, Sebastian, I was talking with him, and he comes in and we had a conversation. I said, just don't short the market. Don't short this market. And I'm still going to say that to right now. Don't short the market. Bull markets are tough to short. But apparently he was a little early on it, but still he would have been doing quite well right now if he would have kept shorting it. But when I was talking about it, I was like, zoom out, look at where everything's at, and just realize we're in the beginning of epicness.
The beginning of epicness.
I mean,
I summarized it quite well on the local bros text message this morning.
You did. I mean,
it was your work, but I just made it better English.
Like you do everything, you make it better English because you are English. So
I'm English.
Apparently there.
I'm actually one of the best English.
Which is the left, right English? What English?
The best
English.
Yeah.
Which is it actually English?
English, Queen's English.
Yes. Not Old English.
Not proper English.
Gotcha.
Proper.
There's nothing about you that's proper.
That's proper spelled with an A.
Nothing about you is proper.
Proper English.
Proper
English.
But I don't want to zoom out, right? Like this is, look at where we're at in the market. Look at where we're at moving forward. We're just hitting all-time highs. I think we talked about this before we got here. The last podcast was we're probably going to come up and hit this all-time high area again, have a dip.
Yeah.
Right. And people are going to freak out and they'll be like, oh, this is a triple top, which, by the way, triple tops never play out, or I should say rarely never. It's like 3% of the time they actually play out. Maybe this is the 3%. I don't know. People are going to be calling for, a retest of, 10K. This is when their 12K is really going to come into play. It's not. Like, I don't think so.
But it's still not financial advice.
Never.
It's just running down the bottom. Like
What is the classic one? Previous performance does not predict future.
No, past performance does not predict future something or others. Future gains, future somethings. Yeah. There's just a bunch of idiots talking.
It's true.
But I mean, we're just in the beginning. And why do I think that? Well, a couple reasons. Technically, we're just at the all-time high, so obviously there's going to be resistance in terms of
take a few knocks at the door.
All those people that
breathe
bought
out to breathe in.
Yeah, all these people that bought here, maybe they just want to kind of get back in the game and sell out. And we've been having massive weeks and massive months pushed up.
Tax time.
Getting to this point in time, it's tax season, so there's a lot of reasons this can be turning over for a little bit. historically we get
brink of global war. I mean,
that's been. I mean, we're always on the brink of global war.
I would have thought brink of global war would make crypto go up like a motherfucker.
You know, we talked about that a long time ago. I think Syria, the whole Syria situation, the last time when people were freaking out about that, like that was the first time. Because you think about the ability to transport your money, right? Like, hey, I can take my money, my assets wherever I want. So, but I told him just to make his chart white or a single color.
Okay.
Because when you have, these colors on here, yeah, you get this
so much red.
Yeah, so much red or so much green, and you don't really get the idea of where we're really at, and you kind of get afraid. Now on the monthly, you're looking at this, and I mean the green looks really nice. Mm-hmm. Kind of an iffy monthly candle, but
actually one of my I just got a notification from Coinbase of one of the coins that I use as an indicator, which is MLN enzyme. Enzyme tends to move first, very very early in any kind of market move. It's up 5.
MLN.
Yeah. Enzyme. It tends to move very early when markets are going up or down. Enzyme will go down first, or it'll go up first. And I just got the notification that it's up 5. So
you got a lot of things on this chart. Let me pull these off because they're confusing.
There's a lot going on.
I was running through and just seeing what all I had on there.
It all makes perfect sense to me, but
obviously. Yeah, I mean on the daily, it starts to look nice. Man, this thing's been consolidating for a while.
But you see what I mean about how it makes big moves very early on in.
It does have quick. You see that little jumps up. Might be interesting to watch and see. I have to put it on my watch list.
Put it on your watch list.
I'm gonna put it on my watch list right now. I know it says current holdings, but honestly, they aren't current holdings. It should be something else when it's named that way.
Who's that outside?
It's the road right here, man. It's somebody on their Harley, somebody in their big hog. Running around. I think my wife is texting me in jest because the last 3 podcasts I've had, she texted me literally as we're going on. And then this morning when I was leaving, I was like, "Can I have a podcast at 9:00 this morning?" And she's like, "I won't text you."
Good old branding.
And there's text. It's just stuff to distract me.
I think the last time that was because we had that freak snowstorm, right? And she was kind of freaking out about whether or not she should drive.
That was one of them. And then there was another one where she I think she called me. Oh no, that was the Stoves one she called me. The other one she texted me. So I was like, okay. Apparently I'm just not going to tell her when the podcasts are because then she won't know.
Yeah.
And then
they would look really bad and secret while you just ignore it for an hour at a time.
Yeah. Because that always works out really good.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not a suspicious person at all. Hey, look at that. Everything's falls down.
I am going to GDC.
You're going to GDC?
Yeah, the gamer developer.
You leave this afternoon, is that right?
No, tomorrow morning. I'll be there Wednesday. Gonna meet with a few people down there. Some game developers, obviously. Yep. Hoping to kind of drum up a few different business ideas
for the
rolling around.
GG Collective.
The Collective and Nerd Node. So both those.
You going on your own?
Well, sort of.
Is Blake going?
Blake is not going, but Tim and Drew and Cryptogram are going because they are pushing the NFTD.gg, the tower defense game, which we have the BT orbs on, which we showed you last time. Did we show you last time?
You didn't show me.
Oh shit, let's show it. We might as well show it, right, Blake?
Yeah, I mean we showed it yesterday.
It's in
San Francisco, eh? Okay.
Well, we're gonna show it anyway, just so people can see it. So Tim, Drew, Graham, building it out. So basically, trying to give utility to these NFTs that we have sitting in our wallets for a few years. We have the Fortified Fortitude NFTs. So that was the kind of idea.
My forever winter bunker in it.
You know what?
I just have this out.
That's a good idea.
Now you can. We are going to 100% make a tower for that. Those things going. We have BT orbs that are in there. The way we're going now, we have a few other.
BT orbs. That's the 888 guy.
Was he 888? No. BT's
BT orbs.
No, he's the
music guy. Rings, aren't they?
Yeah, I think they did a like some no, that was the ring gen, and the orbs didn't have anything to do with it.
Yeah.
He just did his orbs, and his was the wasn't it the Dutch auction? That was such a shit show.
It was a shit show. I have a lot of them, and they're freaking useless.
Yeah, so they've always said like, oh, there's going to be in-game utility for something, blah blah blah. No, they've never done it, and then they backtracked and said, well, we've never said that. No. You did. We showed you, and they just kind of said we're not going to do it. So we're like,
well, they said there was going to be exclusive utility, and it was around 888, but you know.
I don't know what I'm doing. Saw Tim put stuff down. I mean, they still same time a lot. So you got BTR. BTR. I can only put one BTR about. How dare you?
That's the only reason. I don't think you have enough resources for it yet.
Resources. I can't play and do this all at the same time. Just let myself die.
It's like trying to walk and chew gum at the same time.
I can't do all these things. So you've got these are the towers. So you get your free towers that are here. There's your resource extractors, and then you have. So these are the actual towers from the. Okay. I'm closing it off.
Very cool.
And then the
music's gonna be in my head all day.
I know. So they're going to be down at GDC because they're integrating with Galachain and going to enter that into the hackathon that Gala's got going on. So yeah, I mean it's fun. It'll be
how long are you down there for?
Wednesday to Friday. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. You're right.
It's going to rain here, so you might be.
It's because you came back from Palm Springs and brought the rain with you. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, it kind of was a bit of a messed up, backwards, flipped around.
Yeah.
The stitch.
Yeah.
Oh, nice weekend in Salem. Like go to Palm Springs and it rains all weekend.
I was going to pull up this chart here. It's from it's called Rect Capital. He is.
I'm aware of Rect Capital.
I like his.
That or you brought him up on here before.
I probably have. I like his stuff. He's pretty thorough. He doesn't show too stuff. He's just a chart guy, really pushing the chart aspect of it and the technicals, which I do enjoy. And he's been talking about the pre-halving dip, which is normal in.
Which we should give credit to one of following people.
Dan.
Was it Dan? I might have been it wrong.
I don't know.
I said Dan in the text stream this morning, but
could have been. Dan's always talking on there, so it could have been Dan.
No, I think it was actually maybe something else, but whoever it was, they called it, and we poo-pooed it, and now we're stupid.
Yeah, we might have poo-pooed it, but in reality, is you have your pre-halving dip, and then you have dips along the way that go through 20, 30% type of situation. So it dipping here is not out of the normal, especially in the timing of this, like we talked about with tax season. We've just had a massive run up. There's a lot of liquidity that needs to get pushed out.
So we can come up with justifications from any move in the market. It's quite easy.
You can always hindsight it, dude.
Yeah, you got 2020, man. It's so easy to say, oh yeah, that's why that happened.
But what's a 30% dip, right? 30% brings us, when you look on the monthly, I mean, it's not even, it's nothing. It's very, very small in consideration to where we're at, right? That's not a huge dip. Are we going to get 30%? I don't know.
Sorry, because I think when we were having lunch yesterday, you mentioned something about, well, look, all the stuff like the meme coins aren't on the TV yet. And there's a couple of things that run up to that, which is when I start getting asked by everybody I know, hey, can you give me that crypto 101 again? Because I kind of listened the first time, then I forgot, and now I want to get back in. And that happened a lot last night. I had a bunch of people over because it was sunny and we were on the patio drinking and playing.
But did they ask you how to buy dog whiff hat?
They did not, because they were aware that whiff is down and they didn't want to buy it.
So
I think they wanted Puri mostly.
everyone wants Puri, dude. There's not going to be enough going around. I keep buying it. And then it keeps going lower. And I'm like, let's buy more. That's fine.
Let's buy more, because at some point it's going to turn around and come back up.
What is that? What is that market cap?
We're going to say, I think Bonk took a massive shit in the last 48 hours.
And we did.
Oh no, Bonk took a bigger shit than everybody else.
Did it?
Oh yeah.
Oh, let's see here. First I'm going to see Puri. Puri.
Yeah. CoinGecko doesn't pick it up on my
It's
side.
because it's so big, they just can't handle it.
Its
market cap
is $445,000, of which you attribute how much? Because I know that I take at least 10 of that.
I mean, it's not too far off where I've been buying. So I mean, I've been buying in this range here. So.
But we anticipate it's going to explode upwards.
Well, once I keep buying, and then I own it all and give it away.
I'll tell you what. I'll sell mine, and then it will go up.
Done. Make it happen. I mean, I like the idea of period. I know there's some people that are building stuff that are going to implement it into their protocols or into their apps that they're going to do. So there's some things that are going to be coming with it, just from the people that I know that are building things. It's the meme coin of Star Atlas. It's on Sol, but it has to get the meme ability behind it, But it's a butt token. It's a space butt token. So I mean, it's got that for it.
But I think Solana is doing what chains do, which is Solana itself is rising. So people aren't putting money into the meme coins that are on Solana while it's rising. As soon as it starts to dip backwards, then that's when they start buying meme coins, and meme coins on Solana start going back up. That's my genius insight.
No. I don't think you're out of the realm or out of the normal with that thinking at all. I think you're
because I mean, even my gut instinct at the moment would be to convert back from meme coins into Solana, let Solana ride, and then go back into those meme coins as it was turning around. But
I don't have bonk in there. But I agree with you. I mean, a rising tide lifts all ships, right?
Correct.
Yeah. I mean, and again, when you look at the overall chart, granted, this is the weekly, decent little dip here, but,
I'm very
BTFD.
Confident. I'm very confident in bonk.
It's down 50%.
You want to talk about PopCap?
Of course I do. Because somebody talked about that on this podcast, I believe.
It was me.
And I was like, yeah. I don't think I can get into it. And it literally was here. I think you're talking about down here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or it was here.
PopCat is doing great. But then Jupe is doing great as well. Jupe's on everything.
You know what you should have done is actually changed your pick'em pick to PopCat.
I should have.
You talked about it.
I did, and then what happens is I talk a really big game in here. As soon as I leave the room, like most of it just goes away, and it's all just good intentions that were yesterday's good intentions.
Yeah.
I actually had to have a meeting yesterday with two people that I'm financing for business. I was like, listen, I'm really unreliable, and I just need to get out of the way. So let me drop some cash in here and get back with me in like 6 months and tell me how it's going, all right?
That's hilarious. But, I think somebody was mentioning that we should be transparent with our picks that we have, that we actually what we're holding internally. So I said
if I have a pick'em, and
no, not pick'em.
How much of it I have,
but like our actual portfolio. And I said
beyond the pick'em things of my entire freaking portfolio.
Because we're talking about all this, and I said, well, you got to realize it would take a 7-hour show for us to go through everything that Michael Hill has on his. Because he goes like this. Oh, I think I have that, and he scrolls. Yeah, I know it's in here somewhere. Hold on, it's there, and he scrolls because you got to remember he's got shit coins from like 2016, still in wallets.
Yep.
And he buys all of them.
I do.
So, and he never sells them.
But then, that's a very well-known strategy as well. It's to just, it's called like ultra diversification or something like that.
Don't do that when I'm drinking.
Yeah. It's patented by me. It's like, ooh, shiny, buy it.
Done. Oh, that has a cool name.
Shiny, yeah, cool name is where it's
cool. Name. Cool. Space butt tokens.
One guy mentioned it on Reddit.
Yeah.
I mean, it was the coin developer, and he said, "I've just launched this coin." I'm like, "I'm in."
All right. Well, I'll go down my stuff that I own. Like, and I'll talk about legitimate holdings because I have stuff on like AVAX and Sol and all these things. So, I have dust of like AVAX. I don't hold a lot of it. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I'll talk about my main holdings that are there in descending order, right? So Sol is my number one holding, right? And I've been talking about that for a while. Posted in Discord when I said I moved everything from ETH to Sol. I'm doing fine with Sol. I like Sol because it has the users that are coming in. People are building a shit ton on it. I love Jupe. It's my favorite fucking DEX of all time. They keep adding new features to this thing. It's amazing. So Sol is my number one holding. Number two is Bitcoin. because Bitcoin.
Yeah.
If I'm in terms of what I like about crypto and owning your own assets, everything, Bitcoin, it encompasses all that, right? And so I own Bitcoin. I had 0 Bitcoin in the last bull run. I'd sold all my Bitcoin before that, but I bought back in a while ago. So it's been on my list. It was actually my number 1 holding for a while, but sold it really well, and it's crushing. So Bitcoin's my number 2.
Okay.
My number 3 is, I have to think, it might be currently
Popcat.
not Popcat, but I want to say Doge. It's gonna be close between Doge is my number 3 and USDT actually is my number 3, or USD I should say, only because of leverage longs, and I recently bought a bunch of AVAX and then just sold it last night with the dip that was going on. So I have USD sitting there. So it's kind of it's a toss up between those two as my number 3 and number 4.
Yeah.
So, and I know USD isn't a token, but it's there just because of my leverage longs I've been doing and stuff. So it's sitting there. I have a good amount, a very large amount of MOG. This is probably easy in my number 5 position, and if it keeps going like this, will easily become my number 4 or number 3 holding, which is not going to be bad if it keeps going this way. MOG looks great.
Oh, you're doing it on USD value? I was going to do it on the number of
tokens. Oh, sorry, never mind. Well, then MOG's my number 1.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not. It might be Puri with my number 1 tokens. I can't remember which one. I get lost in the billions and trillions of tokens that are out there, like in that sense. So.
Do you want to hear my top 5?
Oh, hold on. I'm going through my whole, because I don't have time to do mine. I don't have a ton. You can go through your top 5.
Okay.
So MOG, and then we're going to go into Bold, and Atlas are my next 2. So, and they're fairly close in terms of amount of holdings. So Bull and Atlas are my number, what is that, 6, 7 mark?
Yep.
And I have a little bit of, and this is in my shitcoin wallets, Kata, and which Blake owes me money now. Wild. Thanks a lot, Blake.
Hey,
you took responsibility. You took full responsibility. It's all your fault.
My big time flip paid off for you.
It did. We talked about that earlier, so that was great. So Kata, Wild, and then a bunch of Dust shitcoin tokens. I've got a bunch of Puri like we talked about, but that's not worth much. Soulcade, I have a little bit of that, but those are all just kind of small in terms of like portfolio. They're probably going to be less. A whole bunch of them will combine together to be about 5% of my portfolio. So that's where I'm at. So I can't remember who asked about that. I think it was Crypto Compliant. So there you go. Real quick, Timbo said, on NFTD, the BT orbs were associated with the Dutch auction that 888 set up.
So it was 888.
Yeah,
okay.
Right, yeah.
Thank you.
But we're also adding in the Tower of the Blue Realms, which was 888. That's those stupid little circle things that do nothing to support all the people he scammed. LOL.
Thank you. Finally, redemption, because I've got a metric fuck ton of those things.
Yeah. So I mean, back to that's my holdings. Clear. That's what I've got. I mean, you can see some on fortunecrypto.eth. I don't use it as much now, just because too many people know about it, and I don't like them following me all the time. So I put stuff out on my Discord, and unfortunately, a lot of times I put it out beforehand, especially some shitcoins, and I don't actually get the buy-in at the low point when I'm looking at them, because then, especially if I put it, and some people listen. Talking to you, Michael McCarthy.
He's got a great strategy right now. He's just copy trading everything that Nate does. It's like, Nate, should I buy this? Nate's like, yes.
I got free beers out of it, so that's great. I'm in.
I get free beers for just being around. So
it's because of your English accent. It's your proper
I'm embarrassed to say my largest holding is actually Gala. Gala, then USDC, then ETH, then MOG, Bonk, Ethereum, ENS, Sol, AVAX, Dupe, Ondo. There you go. I can keep going.
No, it's fine.
XMR, FET, PopCat, and ID, Kudos, Atlas, Music, Wild,
Deadly.
IMX5, Magic, Kata.
Okay, we're gonna cut you off.
Ajax,
Yes, all the coins.
B&B,
So we're going.
IB,
I told you it's gonna be all the
Buffy.
coins.
I mean, that was only about.
Oh, yeah.
It's actually about that. Yeah, about that.
Deadly asked, did we miss the bone combo? No, we didn't miss it. Well, I missed it. I had no clue about it.
The what?
Bone. So it's a soul shit coin. Went crazy. Let's see what I'm
Oh, I did see something about that, and it was trying to catch a falling knife or whatever
Can't type
that's the
keys.
phrase is.
So yeah, obviously it got listed on places. So boom. And this is it. I mean,
I think you're going to see a lot of those on sale because I was reading that. I told you yesterday.
4,500%. Stupid.
It was there's so much money going into ICOs on Sol, on shitcoins, Sol ICOs, that you're going to see this all the fucking time.
Did you hear about Slurf?
Dude.
Did you hear about Slurf?
No.
So dude has people sending money for a pre-sale for Slurf, which is a meme coin he's making.
Mhm.
Gets 10 million, like raises 10 million, launches the token, but in the time that it goes through, you're supposed to burn something, but he ended up burning all the pre-sale tokens
Okay.
or pre-sale soul. It was the actual soul. It was a soul, right, Blake? Yeah. It was all the pre-sale soul. So
Yeah.
he burnt 10 million worth of pre-sale soul.
Oh my God.
He tweeted, I
Accidentally.
fucked up.
Yeah.
And his next tweet was like, I accidentally clicked the wrong button and
Yeah.
yada yada. And then this morning, he made 3.02 or $3 million in 12 minutes trading it as it launched.
Wow.
Like it's one of those things. It's like I see this and I understand why crypto is what it is. Because it's how do people fall for this shit?
Here's the thing. So the dev that burned 10 plus million from people made 3.2 million in just 12 minutes by trading his own tokens. He spent 9,894 SOL to buy all 69, obviously, million Slurf immediately after open trading, then sold it for 25,000 SOL. Yeah. So, that's bullshit, man. Like these people, seriously.
Wow.
First off, stop sending people your money,
Mhm.
right? Like stop sending it over there in the hopes that they're going to deliver you this magic, token in a stupid airdrop, right? Just buy it on the secondary market, man. Like if you can trade it on Juke, just trade it on Juke. Don't try to get into this pre-sale. You're going to have plenty of gains after it launches anyway. Like
any coin worth sticking around will still be around and doing.
Yeah,
and trading like a normal coin.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's tough, man. That's rough, dude.
I'm just suddenly craving for Diet Coke. I think it's because your coffee looks like Diet Coke.
It's pretty dark, Diet Coke, bro.
Is it? Looks like Diet Coke to me.
Cold brew.
I know it's cold brew.
You know me.
All right, are we going to do some shit coins?
All right, what do you want? What kind of shit coins do we want to talk about? We talked about bone.
Did we look at Popcat already?
Sorry, I've got to point this out. Q Valpo says his largest holding is Silk. Burrow. I know that's not true, but it may be a number of tokens, but it can't be. I haven't even looked at Silk in so long.
It's trading at 3.3 cents right
now. Good Lord in the morning. That is one of the ugliest looking charts you're ever going to see.
It's dead.
But there is a new lawsuit. So Gala's suing Spider Takes. So there's that, or the gay media guys.
Oh.
Yeah, so there's that. So that should pump the token. You guys should all be excited for that. Just kidding.
We're in the wrong game. We should be Gala's lawyers.
Just that's the real. Maybe that's the next meme coin we make. It's
Gala
lawyer.
Gala lawyer coin. Dude, that's gotta happen.
Who's making it? I want it on a pre-sale. I'll send you my soul right now.
I'll send you soul right now. Gala lawyer on Gala chain.
Gala lawyer on Gala chain.
The Gala lawyer not on Gala chain because nobody trusts Gala chains and run the Gala lawyer coin.
I'm in. Totally. Okay, let's talk about some shit coins.
I would love. Can we start with a? It's not a shit coin. In my mind, it's not a shit coin. ENS.
Yeah, and then at the end, I'm gonna just kind of chart and see what potential like maybe stopping points that might be around there technically to see what's happening. I think we're seeing a decent little bounce across everything, but again, I'm on a daily, so got to figure. I mean, ENS looks pretty good right here. Big bump up, looking at some support in this range. So, and in ENS, I love ENS and what they've been doing.
Mm-hmm.
But what does the token actually do?
I don't know.
It's just a voting mechanism, right?
Yeah, I think it must be. It's more of a DAO,
DAO
voting token for the overall system of ENS, which is part of GoDaddy now and doing all that.
Right.
And Coinbase, and they're doing.
I just don't know.
They're doing good work. Which,
I love
the coin do. It's more like a share.
Yeah, but I could say that with everything. What does shitcoins do? Nothing.
Nothing.
So,
I mean, none of them have any fucking utility.
Exactly.
So. ENS kind of does in that you're in the system and it's a share. It's a tradition. It's more like a legacy share.
Yeah, I get you. I'm with you.
They're building a business. The valuation will rise, and the valuation is represented by the tokenization of the business.
I'm gonna put up Jupe here real quick, just
because. I love Jupe. Jupe was going to be my next one for sure.
We had a beautiful, push up here with Jupe. They just did their lockup for voting on their LF Jupe platform. So I think they have round 2 coming up.
Whatever.
What's that?
On the vote.jupe.ag.
Yeah. So a bunch of it got locked up, and then they're just doing cool shit, and they just added a beta. I can't remember what it was, but it's basically helping people trade. So Jupe's doing good shit. So there's actual utility in things that are going on over there. So although the token itself, I don't know.
Much of that JLP.
JLP does. Well, JLP it's all about for your staking, providing liquidity in the liquidity pools. It does a lot. So it's interesting why they made Jupe and not just use JLP for that as well.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess there's a reason for two. But all right, what do you got next?
Bonk.
I had that up there. El Bonkerino.
Did we already do Bonk? Sorry.
Yeah, I mean we just looked at it.
Memory.
Yeah, we were down 50 some odd %. But we're getting. I mean, this is a decent bounce. This is a decent bounce. This is on the daily, so we could potentially be seeing this as the next little turnaround. Currently it's down 53%. Went all the way down to almost 60% from the top. So in terms of where it's at in market cap, that's a pretty damn good turnaround. That's it. I mean, I've got some bonk. I have bonk only because I have a soul phone. So, yeah.
It's so funny. My brother-in-law, 6 months ago, was like, "Hey, will you help me figure out I want to buy this bonk token, but I can't figure out how to do it." And I was like, "Is it just a meme coin or whatever?" And I was like, "Yeah, I do it this way through a software wallet or whatever." And he texted me a week ago and was like, "Bonk," and I was like, "Holy shit, I forgot about that." He's like, "That worked out really well for me." I'm like,
if only we all would have listened to Michael.
Yeah,
months and months ago.
Well, it's probably almost a year now. I mean, it's May.
I mean, you were shilling it from when it first launched,
May.
all the way down.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Shilling's a strong word, isn't it?
I mean, not shilling. So I'll take that back.
I was just bringing to
you were saying
that there was this potential coin that I felt was going to do well, mostly based off my Reddit algorithm,
which works well. I can't deny
very
it.
well.
Can't deny it.
I've had great success with it.
I just put Mog up there just because I like it, and it's up 20% right now on the daily. So
Mog,
yeah.
Mog would be one of them for sure.
Mog looks good. It's a great bounce on Mog. So I want to look. We'll go a couple more shitcoins, and then I'm going to go. Hoping shorts start piling in, expecting a 30% correction that would make for some rally fuel MIs. I totally agree, man. Everybody's like, oh yeah, 30%, and it's going to stop at 20. You're going to get people shorting at the bottom and just get just massive liquidations. I mean, we've been liquidating people this whole run up.
Mm-hmm.
The fact
that's making the news as well. Some of that.
Oh yeah, for sure. Now, when they go in and they specifically the regular news starts talking, it was SHIB was specifically, and they're like, SHIB is this token? It's this dog coin. Is this up?
Shiba Inu.
And it's on your local news, and it's literally the local news is like, this is, oh my gosh. And then I have my RIA friends that go, hey, I have a client and he really wants to buy crypto. I'm like, okay, well, what's he looking for? He wants to buy shit. And I'm like, don't let him do it. Because the moment that it gets to that point in time where they're like, I want to do this, I mean, it was up like 400,000% at that time. So might want to say take a break.
Take a break.
Yeah.
Take a break.
All right, what's your next one?
Oh, you're relying on me for these?
Yeah, you're the shitcoin master, dude.
Well,
What do we call you? The shitcoin genie?
How about kudos?
Yeah, you were talking about that one last time.
Yeah.
Kudos.
I mean, I could go kudos, Ondo, and then FET.
Kudos.
And then I think
Kudos
probably
was
getting
just-
pretty close because I have a tea time.
Oh yeah, you do. You're gonna go walk 9
Yeah.
this morning.
Oh, actually, yeah. I'm gonna go walk mine.
Nice.
I mean, this one doesn't shout like I love it right here, unless we
Is that
recover a little bit
actual
more.
top pattern?
Yeah, it's kind of rounding over a little bit more. I mean, I would love to see it go up a bit more and recover, probably that 2.5 cent range to 2.6 on the daily, which it could. Daily's not over yet, so we're just beginning.
Just beginning.
Got 7 more hours left,
Ondo.
and then Ondo, and then I'll do some quick little charts. See what we got. Ondo looks much better. See, ripping down. I wouldn't mind seeing it again. If everything keeps moving in that direction, and we'll look at Sol, ETH, Bitcoin real quick and see kind of where they're at, and that'll kind of give us a gauge. Ondo looks good. I think I have that somewhere looking on my list. I haven't bought yet. So
This is that reverse ETF one. That's
Oh, yeah.
on US Treasury.
yes,
and
yes,
stuff like
yeah. We looked at the whole site on that one.
Yeah.
All right.
that. FET.
Oh, you want FET? FET. Who's talking to me? Faz was talking to me about FET the other day. Do you own FET? FET looks good.
Damn, FET does look good. Look at it.
I mean,
Thank
I
you,
think-
Cranty.
yeah, I mean, it's just gonna.
Where's Cranty showing us it? Back here, 2021?
Oh,
Somewhere
yeah.
over here.
All the way. Yeah. I mean, the AI narrative is going to be good all throughout this market, I think. So anything in that side of things is going to do well, especially because they keep pushing out new shit all the time. So
Yeah.
whether they're doing anything or not, the name fetch.ai, people are like, oh, I want the AI.
They've been around for a long time.
They have.
What's their current market cap? That would be an interesting thing to look at.
Check it out. Number 49 overall, so
2.6 billion.
2.6 bill,
Not bad.
Yeah.
Can do a lot of great work.
Top
2.6
50.
billion.
top 50.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let's look at, we'll start with Bitcoin. Why do I have a fly up here? Same one last time. How are you not dead yet? Same one from the last podcast.
Should name it.
I should. I call it. I don't know what to call it.
Fuck with the fly.
It's another meme coin. We got so many meme coins we got to make.
Damn,
I don't-
Dollar Lawyer is definitely one on my list.
I do not like Bitcoin on the daily. I'm just saying.
Okay.
It does not look the best, although it definitely hit, this zone. I'm assuming has some decent support. It's right at the top of that zone. So this could easily be a stopping point, and you see a little.
That turnaround there, right, that was triggered by Grayscale moving 400 million Bitcoin onto Coinbase, wasn't it?
Well, they actually sold yesterday 653 million.
But it started when they moved 400 million over to Coinbase. And everybody
Yeah,
was
everybody's like, here we go.
Oh shit, there we go.
Yeah.
Bye.
So yeah, it was a net negative day, but it was a net negative. It wasn't terrible considering 653 million was up Grayscale selling. So they're the only ones that are selling in bulk, and they're going to keep offloading throughout. So until it gets distributed all to BlackRock. ETH, the same, looks even worse. To me, I would say definitely have a little more of a dip coming in. Not super. I'm not diving into any longs yet. Like this isn't my. Apparently, I had some stuff drawn up, which looks like they wanted to retest those. This is Sol, so still not super excited about it. It's got some legs. We'll see what the day.
It's funny because
And
you
that.
sent me a meme. You sent me a photograph yesterday that said you were very excited about Sol.
Oh,
It's not appropriate for the air, but.
I will 100% say again, it's my number one holding. I am excited about Sol. I mean, when I look at the potential of what Sol can do for all-time highs moving forward, I mean, your minimum I think we're going to hit in this bull run is 670. minimum. So get things heated, it's gonna do well,
Love it.
and that picture will come true.
Maybe I could call the Gazette logo on it.
I don't know, Blake. Why has it got the Gala Gazette logo up there? And Blake's muted. Blake's fired.
Oh, I muted myself. I didn't even realize.
Muted. Man,
Oops,
I put you in
there
charge
we
of
go.
stuff. Oh,
now we're
my gosh.
where we're supposed to be.
40 minutes in. 40 minutes in.
Hey, you guys didn't notice either. It's not
Yeah, no, I'm busy being the good-looking guy. Well, no, that's Michael. I'm the
Yeah.
voice.
Oh,
No, that's
Yeah.
Michael too.
Yeah,
I don't know what
that's
the fuck I'm doing.
You're-
Here.
You're actually doing the work. I'm just sitting here.
We're in trouble. We are in trouble. Oh shit. We'll just end it there. It's a good cast. Just wanted to talk about some stuff. I'm not worried about the dip. It's going to dip, guys. Just take a break. Go outside. Walk 9 holes.
Touch grass.
You know,
Touch
grass.
some grass.
Boys say
Touch
that.
some-
Touch grass
Keep-
today.
How about a British one? Keep calm, carry on.
Keep calm and
Okay.
carry on as British.
It's got the fucking crown on the.
Yeah,
every-
that meme. That was like an OG like meme template.
Oh, it's just
like-
everywhere though. As well.
Oh,
It's like,
yeah.
keep calm and eat.
How am I supposed to know what British is? I don't
Keep
keep up
calm
with
and
all you
GG
folks.
on, man.
Who knows? You have to keep me up on the rest of these things. I can't do everything.
Oh, well, I've got other shit to do too.
Fine.
You know,
Fine. Whatever.
we got to play golf.
Do it, man.
I'm targeting my handicap at 5 by September.
Shit.
Yeah.
I'm
5
targeting
point
a-
move.
I'm targeting a 30 for my handicap.
So you
Yeah.
play better than that. I play with you, I know. You play better golf than that.
I get lucky a lot.
We should play golf.
I'm in.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks
All right.
for joining us, and hopefully
Thanks,
Blake will get
Take it
things
easy.
right the next time.
Yeah,
Thank you,
we'll
Blake.
see.
You always do.
You guys.
Peace, everybody.